Today we're in Liverpool to catch up with Britain's first ever world medalist, Neil Thomas.
25-year-old Ellesmere in Shropshire. It's the men's individual final underway. Now, come on, Neil.
My brother was in a table tennis competition and we seen an advert for a local gym, so we started there when I was 8 years old. I really enjoyed being instructed and learning and flying through the air. I would always been one that was climbing trees, climbing along high walls and things like that, so I was always very active, and it was something that began to tame me a little bit.
How did the progression take place from just fun to being more competitive?
I had got results quite early, from when I was 10, after 6 months in a gym when I'd never been on parallel bars and the high bar. At 10 I won the under-12s West Midland Championships as well, so I had results quite quickly, which was quite encouraging for me.
Flaring towards dismount with a pirouette. Good exercise from Neil.
Barcelona, a famous Olympic Games, what was that like?
It was fantastic. We'd done really well as a British team for the men. It was the first time they'd qualified by right to the Olympics. So we were there on our own merits and we had high expectations. Our training went really well. We were grouped together at Lilleshall and were training in a squad very strongly. My personal experience, I was disappointed with a couple of scores that I got, but I can't control that, as all the gymnasts know. But I couldn't have done any more. I performed at my best and I couldn't ask for any more. It's such a pinnacle of an event for any athlete.
So 1993, that was the really big year for you. You were the first Briton to ever win a world medal. That must have been an amazing experience.
It was, at the time, it was slightly tinged with, I was disappointed. I had a very poor qualification rounds with, and the all-round events. I was very disappointed with that, and obviously not performing well in front of your home crowd was a bit disappointing.
And finishing with a full-in back out with a perfect landing. He's pleased with that performance.
I remember though, but between qualifying and the actual final, we came back here to Lilleshall because we felt at the time the qualifying routine was good enough to be sort of probably 5th or 6th, and that we decided to make a couple of changes to go for a medal position, and fortunately it paid off.
To have got the silver medal was just absolutely incredible, and the attention again that was thrown on me and the sport was, well, I hadn't experienced anything like that before, and it was just amazing. There was even a picture of me and my parents on the back of the Daily Mirror as well, so I mean it was quite a big thing.
1994 and another world silver?
That was in Brisbane. I was very pleased with that. I had a very good all-round event there as well. I had a few new skills, I remember, which came off. And yeah, but to repeat the silver was very good. It showed that it wasn't just because it was on my home soil. So I was able to go around the other side of the world and still win. And so yes, it was good recognition that there was consistently that I was there and being the best, some of the best in the world.
Now obviously after all those achievements, an MBE for services to gymnastics, that must have been a very proud moment.
Yeah, I mean that was a great, obviously recognition for myself, but I think really for my family, my parents particularly, the dedication that they gave to me for doing the sort of 70-mile round trip 5 times a week from when I was 10 to when I was 17. You know, there was a great deal of commitment and sacrifices that they had to make, and also that those sacrifices also reflected on my brother as well. So it was really a great moment for them as well.
And then eventually you must have come to the decision to retire. How did that come about?
Well, I was getting a bit older. I was thinking about what I might do for my future. And sort of some of my goals had not only been met, but they'd been surpassed. So I wasn't sure where I was going. There wasn't the sort of funding that's available now, so things were tight and difficult. So I was thinking really about a career and my future. Sport and gymnastics particularly, I think, had really helped shape my life. I was a child that was always out of the seat at school. I was the one that was always sort of perhaps not paying attention. So sport had really helped focus my life. So I wanted to help children in a bit of a wider sense, and so I was working for Save the Children and working on projects around music, environment and sport, so a whole range of issues which I've really enjoyed. From there I've moved on to doing family support work and working within Sure Start environments and children's centres, and I do quite a variety of work, again supporting work around the child but holistically supporting family with family support and a whole range of services.
His competitors have left the door open for him.
And he barged through it with that vault. A full twisting Sukahara, he knows it, look, acknowledging the crowd.
Gymnastics has moved on. There's been an awful lot of success sort of since my time, and that which is absolutely fantastic. There was a bit of a time when there hadn't been a British mentor to perform as well as me, and I am absolutely delighted to see the performances that are coming out from this country now.
Now obviously we've got the Worlds coming up in London. Tell us about how you think the boys will react to the experience of being in front of a home crowd.
I think they've been under pressure, they know what it's about, and it is a bit different in their own country. I'd say enjoy it, absorb it, but keep the concentration.